Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived an old grandfather. One spring morning, he went to his garden with a tiny seed in his hand. He dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, covered it with soil, and said, "Grow, little seed, grow strong and big." Day after day, he watered it, tended the soil, and waited patiently. And slowly, the seed began to sprout. It grew into a small plant, then a bigger one. And soon, oh my goodness, it became the biggest turnip anyone had ever seen. "Time to harvest," said grandfather, rolling up his sleeves. He grabbed the turnip and pulled with all his might. He pulled and pulled, but no, the turnip wouldn't budge. "Babushka, come and help me," he called. Grandmother hurried over, held on to grandfather, and together they pulled. They pulled, they tugged, they strained, but still the turnip stayed stuck in the ground. "Vnuchka, dear granddaughter, come here," called grandmother. The little girl came running. She held on to grandmother. Grandmother held grandfather. Grandfather held the turnip. And they pulled with all their strength, but turnip still didn't move an inch. Along came Zhuchka, the family dog. "Woof! I'll help you," she barked, grabbed onto the granddaughter, and together they pulled and pulled, but no luck. And then Cat strolled over, swishing her tail. "Meow! Don't forget me." She joined the line, holding onto the dog onto the granddaughter onto the grandmother onto the grandfather, and the grandfather onto the turnip. They all pulled and pulled with all their might, but still, the turnip wouldn't come out. And just then, a tiny little mouse scurried by. "Yep, yep, what are you all doing?" squeaked the mouse. "We're pulling the turnip, but it just won't move," said grandfather. "Well," said the mouse proudly, "maybe you need me." Everyone laughed. How could such a tiny mouse help such a giant turnip? But the mouse wasn't discouraged. She squeezed into the line, held onto the cat, and they all pulled together. 1, 2, 3, pull! And suddenly pop! Out came the giant turnip, rolling across the garden. The whole family fell backward, laughing and cheering. They hugged each other and even patted the little mouse. "Thank you, tiny one," said grandfather. "Without you, we could never have done it." And from that day on, everyone in the village remembered, it doesn't matter how small you are. When you work together, every helper counts. The story of the giant turnip teaches us, in life, everyone has a part to play. No matter how small they seem, every contribution matters, and together we can achieve the impossible.